and welcome to Japanese Craft Beer Reviews. Today's beer is a Japanese craft beer. It's from one of my favorite breweries in Japan, and that is Kyoto Brewing Company. The beer is called Kyoto Brewing Sareba Yuyu, and in English they call it Easy Does It. Kyoto Brewing is a brewery in Kyoto City, which started in 2015, and it's run by 3 foreign residents of the city, an American, a Canadian man, and a Welshman. And full disclosure, I know them, and I have known the head brewer for a number of years, and I knew him when he was a home brewer, and we used to drink his home brew and talk about it. And he studied in the U.S. and he worked at Lost Abbey in San Diego, and he worked at Shiga Kogan in Japan, one of the finest Japanese breweries. And they were voted the best new brewery for their first year of operation, and a couple of years later, the best brewery in Japan, and both of those are by ratebeer.com. So they make all kinds of styles. They have about 260 or 70 beers on Rate Beer, and they have a number of series, and this one is in what they call their Toppa series. And in that series, they're exploring, as they said, exploring the limits of equipment, yeast, and drinkers. And they're one of their stipulations is they make beers over 10% in that series, and this is it's a 12%er. I don't know the IBUs. For some reason, they didn't put that up, and in fact, they didn't put the names of the hops on it either. But it's brewed in what's called the polygyle or polygyle, Gyle style, polygyle or gyle, and this is a form of brewing, mashing to produce a very high gravity beer. And what happens is you have a lot of grain, and you divide it into 2 parts, and all your specialty grains will go in the first part, and you mash that for about 60 minutes, and then sparge it out and get the wort from that, the liquid wort, and then you put the liquid wort, you clean everything out and put the liquid wort back in, and you mash the remaining grains into that into the wort rather than water. So you're getting a highly concentrated. You mash that again, your second mash in the wort for about 60 minutes or so. Some people do longer, and then it produces a very high gravity mash before the boil, and so they get it up to 12% in this case. The malt bill is Pilsner, Golden Promise, and Vienna, and hops unknown, and yeast is American and Belgian blend, and also they added white sugar to the mix. So, and this was 770 yen where I bought it, and I think it's about the same on their website. So it's still around. I still see it on their website, so you can give it a go. Again, it's called Sareba Yuyu, Easy Does It, and the idea behind it is slow down, take it easy, don't rush it, which is a great idea for this beer, definitely. And this one is at room temperature. Here the room is pretty cool, so I have one in the fridge, but I thought I'd better try this one out and see about I would have to let it warm up if I drank the one from the refrigerator. Whoops, I'm drinking it out of the wrong glass. Okay, let me try this here. Okay, so I have it in a little snifter glass, and you can see it is very kind of golden, very interesting in the light, golden with a rather substantial carbonation floating up, thin, somewhat filmy head, and okay. All right, it does have a very fruity nose. Kind of intensely fruity. Definitely stone fruit, concentrated, like puree, heated up puree of apples, pears, peaches. Some dark fruit in the mix as well. Where they get the darkness, I guess, from the Vienna yeast. Okay, very, very pleasant. It does have quite an attack of strong fruitiness. Alcohol presence is definitely there, rather warming on the tongue. It does seem a little bit mild. It is barley wine style, and flavors are kind of mild overall, not as thick and concentrated as a barley wine that in my experience here. Very warming. Again, the fruitiness is there. Hops, not really getting much in terms of hops. So perhaps this is an English style barley wine. Very, very malty, very fruity. A lot of alcohol warmth, but somehow a bit lacking in terms of a barley wine. Yeah, I'd just like a bit more flavor. Just seems so mild in terms of flavor. In alcohol, no, definitely. It's absolutely very warming. Interesting beer. I have another one, and I'm going to age it for a while. In fact, I have two more. Given one by my wife as a present, and I bought one myself. So I have two more, and I'll try to age those maybe a year, and maybe another year for one of them. Again, it's 12%er. It's called Kyoto Brewing Sareba Yuyu. Easy does it, and barley wine. Yeah, check them out. This isn't the finest of Kyoto Brewing, definitely. They have so many great beers. They make all kinds of styles. And I give them credit, for always trying something new, something interesting. And that's what this is, for sure. Yeah. Okay, well, that's it for today. Please subscribe to the channel, and I have a playlist of other Kyoto Brewing beers you can check out, and I hope you will. Leave me a comment. Tell me your opinion of Kyoto Brewing. Bye-bye.